Well, good day, guys. This is some weird, crazy weather here in North Carolina today. It's mist and rain that we're not supposed to be getting, but it is. And I'm out here trying to plant potatoes, English peas, set out broccoli, plant onions, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I wanted to show you for just a second my new approach to this. And guys, there's been a lot said recently about the excess rainfall that we're having. So I'm trying something here that I haven't done before, and it's bedding my plants, my rows, versus just laying off a row in flat ground and putting it, planting my seeds in there. So I'm gonna spin this around, I'll show you, and then I'm gonna show you what I used, what I've done to accomplish that. I had to wipe my screen off, guys. I don't know what it looks like, but right here, now I've bedded this up. I'll show you in a minute what I used to do that with. But I bedded this up, and me and my brother, what I did first, I laid this row off. Now right here is just a row that has been laid off. There's nothing in it, no fertilizer, no anything. And look right there, there's what you get in this red dirt. See, it pulled that up from down in the bottom. That's just mud. But thankfully, we get some rain, it won't hurt nothing. But this is broccoli right here. There's 6 broccoli plants. I laid this row off, and then my brother brought me some chicken manure from down there. So I shoveled it into the row, and you can see I was a little bit off when I covered it. But I've got English peas all the way down this row right here. I'm curious to see how they're going to do. And I've got to get out here and water these. But I just planted those with my little push planter and went down that row with it. And so we're going to see, they're pretty thick down through there. I just done one row. This is an experiment. I want to see how it's going to do. One thing about it, when I go to cultivate this, I'm not going to worry about covering nothing up because it's elevated from the rest of the field, and so it ought to be a win-win situation, I hope. Anyway, now I left this, there's nothing down this way. My mother usually likes to set out tomato plants down here. There's no chicken manure or anything on this because chicken manure and tomato plants, they don't get along too well, in case y'all didn't know that. So guys, we're going to walk up here. I'll show you what I did this with. And this is in the trying out stages. I'll probably be working on this more as time goes on. Okay, guys. This, like I say, this is in the trying out stages. I tried this. I didn't know but what the thing might go down deep enough that it would cut a row, but it doesn't drop down that deep. But these are disc killers. They come off, if I'm not mistaken, these are off of a John Deere, a vintage John Deere tractor. I don't know the models and stuff. I'm sure it's probably one of the old twin cylinder jolly poppers that they call them, just assuming. This is kind of a makeshift thing that I did. This is just an old 1-row V-type cultivator. It was one my grandfather had. I took the middle feet off and I left the outer feet so that they would actually plow out my tracks as I'm going down. I'm going to have to redo this area right here where I can drop this down. I feel like I can fabricate some kind of bracket or hanger in here, and this really should be further back, and it needs to be dropped down, I don't know, maybe a good 6 to 8 inches possibly. I told my dad another thing I want to do is maybe drill me some more holes. I've got to measure and see. Well, it wouldn't take a whole lot of distance there, but drill me some more holes so I can slide these out just a little further. Don't need much, but just a little bit. You can see here I've got some that I drilled originally. It was too close. So I don't know. This is in the trying out stage, guys. And I've got my rows right now. I've got those bedded for my potatoes. I'm gonna have to cut me a little furrow in the top of them, and you know, drop my potatoes in there and plant them. But guys, this is just something that we are having to face now, because if you'll look on some of my past videos from 2020, I was really having a lot of issue with rain. And so, but I used this same setup when I made a hill for my, or a ridge for my sweet potatoes. And you know, there again, I had issue with. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm at today. We're gonna go down here and I'm gonna try to do some put some potatoes in the ground, and I might set the camera up down there, let you watch that. My battery died. I wanted to get this in action, but my battery died, so I wasn't able to do that, and I apologize for that. This is something, if you have some ideas that you want to give me on this, I'd be glad to hear that. And like I say, I'm going to do some videos regarding cultivating and things like that with an 8N. I'm going to just show you how I do it. It might not be the exact right way. I'll just show you what I've learned over the years, and it might help someone. So anyway, guys, I've got to get busy. I got to get down here and get some potatoes in the ground. All right, guys, I've got 3 full rows here. I don't know how long them rows are. I would say they're probably about 45, 50 feet, just guessing. But I've got 3 full rows of potatoes, and I've got a partial row over here. There's a dozen potato plants, or sets, I mean, that are in here. And the rest of that, I've got some Walla Walla onion sets that I'm going to put down that row. I don't know how they're going to do. I was going to put them up there, but I thought, well, while I'm here, I'm just going to finish this row out with them. They're the actual bulbs, so they're probably not going to make a big onion. I don't know. We'll just see. In case any of y'all wondering, there was a blue piece of pipe that stuck up out of the ground. We used to have a horse, this old barn over here, shed, was a horse shed at one time. We had horses in this pasture years ago, and that we had a water line run down here, so that's why that was there. I got rid of it. I've been meaning to do it all day, or for the last week, and haven't done it. But guys, I got brave. Now I've got to go back and touch them up, but I pulled that foot off and I covered these potatoes with those discs. We're going to see how they do. I can see one right here at the beginning, and I know I've got some down on the far end. They're not quite covered. I'll have to go back and check them. I'd rather do that than have them too deep. I've seen some people doing this, and they're going back over them and covering them with their disc killers. Guys, they're way deeper than I would want to go. I don't know. I don't want no more than a couple inches of dirt on mine, or soil, as some people are saying. And yes, I try to throw this junk like this right here. That is Bermuda grass, I think. I'm not sure, but it don't belong in here. But I like that. That's a lot better than doing it with a hoe. But on my onion sets, what I'm going to do in that row right over there, I'm going to just go in and poke those in the ground. I'm not covering them. The onions don't need to be that deep. We'll just see how they do. This first row that I did, guys, this is actually russet potatoes. Russet potatoes in our area, I don't know, I've not had that good of luck with them, but I had an uncle years ago, well, second cousin. He has soil similar to this right here, and he had great success with russet potatoes. I'm going to try it here. Now, these others are just Kennebecks in these two rows right here. There's one spot right there. I've got 4 red Pontiacs, but everything else is Kennebec. So we're going to try that, see how it does. But I thought I'd set this camera up. I'll set this camera up and let you watch me bravely. I'm going to try to cover this last row up, and I'll cover that little row up by hand. I'm not going to fool with that, because that row right there, I'm going to put the onions the rest of the way down, provided I've got enough. But this field has been littered with chicken manure, and it is composted chicken manure. There's people say you can't use fresh. I've used it both ways, guys. It, you know, it is what it is. But it has been composted. They say that's supposed to kill the weeds. I don't know whether it does or not. The English peas that I planted out here in this red field, that's what was on those, composted chicken manure. So I'm going to set this camera up, and let me get the tractor lined up. And I'm going to say more about cultivating with an 8N. And even like my dad's tractor, that's the tractor I actually learned to cultivate with. You know, on a tractor like this. But I'll show y'all how I do it. So anyway, let me get centered up and we'll get at it. I don't know how well y'all can hear me over this thing, and I don't have my glasses on. But guys, right out toward the end of that hood, there's a radiator cap. Yeah, it's off just a little bit, but the trick on these old red belly Fords, everybody always said, keep that radiator cap in the center of that road. Now, I've got to straighten it back up, but that's the name of the game on these things when you're plowing, or cultivating, I might say. Okay guys, I'll let y'all be the judge. I couldn't really see that. Another trick on cultivating with a Ford 8N. Never look back. Jesus made this statement, I think in the Gospel of Luke. He said, any man, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looketh back, is fit for the kingdom of God. There's a whole lot of truth in that. So, now with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. And I'm going to cover these up, and the onions, all I'm going to do is just poke them in the ground. That's all, and I'll be done for the day. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or anything regarding any of this, just feel free to leave them in the comments, and appreciate so much each one of you watching. And don't forget to hit that like button. That really helps my channel. It helps my videos. And guys, I do want to say I'm thankful for this. My channel has grown. I am actually now, the last time I looked, over 2,000 subscribers. I think it was like 2006 or 2007. I'm just amazed at that. So I want to thank y'all. Thank you. Welcome, you new subscribers. Welcome aboard. And you know, I hope we have something here that you can learn from that'll be a help to you. And feel free to leave any kind of messages, or leave me messages, any kind of questions in the comments below. And I also have my email below. If you want to contact me that way, feel free to. Love to hear from you. And so I'm just a little simple redneck country boy, or country man, I guess, down here in the Piedmont of North Carolina, and scratching out a living the best way I can. So anyway, guys, I thank y'all for watching. Thank you for everything. Y'all have a great day. Thank you from Little NC Farmer.